Good morning, this is Martin here doing a sound check test. Do let me know if the sound is coming in okay, right? As we are gone live, and it was a very interesting morning. I think some of you may have followed the presidential debate this morning in here. That's a lot to be sharing, but I'm going to share more from the economic standpoint, which will benefit all of you in here. Just let me know if the sound is coming in okay. If the sound is coming okay, give me a thumbs up. That is how we will start this morning in here. While I'll do a bit of my sharing in here. Thank you for coming this morning in here. And just want to do a little bit of sound check test here, which is normal. Want to make sure that we are getting to you live, right? And do share this video in your timeline, okay? Well, I'll just get in here. And thank you for, okay. And we shall see, all right. Okay, good morning everybody. Welcome to the breakfast show, Money Talk with SmartRobie. Thank you for coming. And this morning in here, we do have a very interesting morning, which is the presidential debate. I think many of you will record it. And as such, we will need to reschedule the time to right now because of the timing that we have. And we are here today to report a bit what I have concluded on my little notes in here to share with the group in here. So you can also benefit from the outlook. But let's look at what we have for you in this morning headline. That's right. First of all, no doubt then we are doing our promotion of our SmartRobie. Now, if you have not installed a SmartRobie, do install it. And if you have done so, do share your SmartRobie with a friend and you will get double credit. That's right, from the 22nd. We started yesterday, right? Started yesterday, and now you can also use this code in here. And let me just show you how to get this code, because we are doing a promotion in here, and this is the one you can see. Let me just open it up in here. So you can see this double at the bottom right hand side. This is the one that you want to share, and you can share to various, whether it's WhatsApp, it's in Telegram group, and each time a person use your referral code. And how do we know the referral code here? And my referral code is A412E, and you can use yours to share. The more you share, you'll get more for that one. So thank you for sharing, and thank you for doing your part. And we really want to get SmartRobie out there to get more benefits out there. All right, let's go on to our headline that we have this morning. All right. Now, this morning we talk about foreign funds leaving our Kuala Lumpur Stock Exchange. Okay, now that has been quite evident. You can see right in here. Let me just show you the laser pointer. You can see net foreign fund flow since January 2019 has been going and going, but yet we are seeing the continued stock market going higher. Partly this is due to the rubber sectors as well as the tech sector has gone up. My God, this morning when I checked it, Vitrox is almost hitting $14, and Penta is almost $6. I bought it around $4. And if you have not watched some of those technology sectors that I talk about, do go over to our YouTube and watch them too. All right, so make sure you catch that one too in here. So this morning we're going to have something that is quite different from in here. I will share you a little bit more in here, and let's go on to the next news that we have. So take note of that one. All right, now the next one we were talking about is Vitrox. Okay, if you look at Vitrox, the global demand has really driven the revenue, and you can see they posted 114.45 million increase of net profit to 29 million and record a quarterly revenue of 123 and up. Now, if you look at Vitrox, okay, let's look at Vitrox. I want to show you here. Okay, now very important, what we a lot of been said about news. Now we all know that news usually takes some time to run, but what's more important is reading those signal well. You can see right in here, okay, right at this junction, right, even way back in sometime in, you can see $10 at that left hand side. Can you see on the list left hand side here? This is the left hand side, $10. So that was a time where the market really moved, a big, huge movement in here. And right now it's already $14. If you do your maths, that is almost a 40% move way back in August. And you can see there were two occasions that you could get in right above here, right? And another one, this is your ATR stop loss. You can see this red line is the ATR stop loss, stand for average true range support. It is what we call a professional support. As long as the support don't go, you continue to run it. Now, this is one of the way you want to build wealth. If you look at the right-hand side, also at the same time, you can see each quarter, the third quarter, the fourth quarter, and that continued to run up. So this market right now is, let me pitch it up in here, you can see $14. Around, if you have not done so, you could got in somewhere around 4th of October here. That was the thing. Even on 4th of October, if you look at the stock comment that we in here, you can see Pentagon Guider, Vitrox is likely to be 8% from the last Pentagon, which is the 1290, and you could already in the money $8 in here. Of course, then the next question you're going to ask, is it fundamentally sound? Now, always look at it. These are growth stock. So generally, if you look at growth stock, the rating would be much, much lower in here. Because if you look at the average PE is about 54 times, this is only around 72, ROE of 17%, dividend of 1 yield. Having said that, so this, if you're buying it, it's going to be more on the growth stock, where it's not going to be undervalued. So keep in mind, Robie doesn't like stocks that have very high rating. And of course, you know, good things, it's not cheap, okay? And good things always have higher prices. We all know that, right? That's why they don't come cheap. And so looking from that, though, so what you really need to think objectively is always look at the growth of the market. Now, again, don't be dragged down by the motion that, hey, I have to buy undervalued stock. There was one undervalued stock that actually moved up. It's called Wellcore, all right? I just want to show you there, Wellcore. And okay, we will do a bit of sideline, but I want to share you this Wellcore shares. If you look at fundamentally, again, on buying on Green Pentagon, this is rated 6 out of 8. You can see here, Wellcore. There's no news yet, and that's why I want to teach you, especially those of you who want to. Tonight, I'll be speaking at the UOB training with SmartRobie Signal. That's the one talk we're going to be doing at 6 to 7 o'clock in there. So go over to UOB Kyehyang webpage and you can get the registration inside there. So you can see this Wellcore is rated 6. That's a very good rating of PE, about 18 times, which is so much cheaper, and a PE of 25 times. Now we just look at it. Of course, it's not sexy in here. So this is the part where you want to look at the Pentagon and able to go in. So let me just show you the chart here. If you look at Pentagon, right in here, and that is already 21. You can see Pentagon fact Wellcore is likely to be 22% since the Green Pentagon of 89 cents. By just following the Pentagon, right, and using the setup, any setup they use, but the Pentagon is the one that need to come out and let you know. You can see this one here, right? It's a nice one, and this is very, very classic, something we used to teach in our master class and also our one-day course. So right now, I wouldn't be surprised. Wellcore will go through some profit taking because you see the climatic profit. Let's take a look at Wellcore. What is this morning price in here? Okay. You can see Wellcore here is down 2% in here. But if you think carefully, were there any news on Wellcore? Let's check out the news, okay? And we hit this news button here on Wellcore, right? And you can see Wellcore closer FY with earnings, and that's only in January. So you can see right now Wellcore is very, very quiet. And like it or not, these are the kind of counter. Now remember way back in March or April when you buy those rubber gloves, not many people know about it, right? And as we explained of those many, how many of you who are listening for the first time, you're listening for the first time, type 1, but I think many of you know about smart money and the evidence that they are in here. They are hosts making, who knows, they're making rubber hose, but this kind of movement usually associated with COVID-19 pandemic kind of industry, either PPE or rubber glove kind of thing. And they will do the announcement later. So the next question you're going to ask, is this worthwhile to go in? Let's look at the trading plan. Okay, for Wellcore, we just don't have any news yet for you on the media, on Star, on CEO. We don't have, but we have the movement, and that's very important. So that is why you want to make sure, like Vitrox, what we see here, okay, already move up, right? But you need to take action when you see the first Pentagon move up. Do I say this makes sense? Do I say this makes sense? Give me a thumbs up. And that's what we are trying to really do here for you. Okay, so well call, you want to buy at 115, or you buy back a pullback, and let's look at well call. The last price is about 106, so it's another 5 more cents. You just want to go in. Of course, you can. Those of you who are active trader, very active trader, you want to switch on to the hourly chart, the same chart that you get on SmartRobie, but you get it on Trading View. You can look at it real time. Look at the hourly chart. So we're going to bring it up in here. Okay. So this is the hourly chart you can see here, and switching it to an hourly chart, you can see market now is really pulled back, and that's very nice. But then again, this chart has already run. I don't want you to get in right now, but there on the premium alert, we will look at one stock, which I'm going to show you, that is just making it up. And that's why you want to buy not at the high, but buy at the low in here. So at least I sort of sums up very simple things, how we want to do things. Let's move on to our next story here. So our next story is no other than Pavilion REITs. We all know, Pavilion REITs with the MCO. So many of the malls has been hit, right? The local mall in Bandar Utama, the one near my house, Tropicana, Mid Valley, Sunway, the list goes on. And Pavilion REITs, again, taking a really bad hit. I think this is no surprise in here. Net profit fell 46%, revenue also dropped, and people are just not renewing the terms. The future is going towards internet and technology. We all know that the work from home policies that you have been seeing right now really just exemplified. So that's why going forward for 2021, those of you who came to my talk this Wednesday, I talked about the US election in here. There will be a part 2 to this US election, which I will talk about in here. But all in all, if you look at Pavilion REITs, all right, having said that, okay, PAVREIT, Pavilion REITs, right, and you look at the stock comment, right, this chart really been taking a bad hit. Again, going into the Pentagon here, this is what I really want to highlight those of you who are first time. If you're first time, you're not trained, use the ATR stop loss. At least when the red Pentagon comes out, hey bro, this one is time to exit, right? So you see here, from here onwards, you get the red Pentagon in here, hits it. That's a time, hey, I need to get out. But once it closed below the ATR stop loss, you could have avoided that. And how much would you have avoided that? At least from the green from the loss in terms of price, you have avoided a 10%. Now, at the end of the day, what I'm trying to share with you is teach you how to rotate. Sector rotation is very important. I'm sure if I ask any of you, what kind of stock do you have mostly in your portfolio, you will tell me technology and rubber glove, same thing. So Pavilion REITs is something that if you're looking for maybe you may not get it because you have that drop inside there. But if you're looking for some right now at these lower prices, should you buy? Then just wait for the green Pentagon. So you look from here, okay, it's still rated 1 out of 8, PE is still high at 28 times, a dividend of 4% in here, not fantastic in here, but for a REITs, 4%, some people may just like it. Again, if you want to look at buying this stock, just wait for the green Pentagon. We haven't seen the bottom yet. We haven't seen the climatic volume in yet. So there is a bit more room for it to fall. But this kind of bad news already out. We'll see it start to plateau for a stage 1 stocks inside here. Okay. So I hope this kind of so-called lessons that I can teach you, right, for those of you who are first time. If you appreciate this one here, give me another thumbs up. Really appreciate that. All right, let's move on to our next story. Okay, so our next story is going to be on Parlo. That's right. Now we all know that Parlo is a loss-making company. In there, they have sort of switched their business model from becoming a travel agent. We all know about what happening to travel agent, right? No need to say more. So they really switch on to become a migrant worker services, and this is one of those contracts that they won. But again, on good news. Now let's look at Parlo. Having said that, okay, right? This is Parlo, and you turn on to the stock comment and stock chart here. You can see Parlo, right, it's already in the red zone. Now some people may say, why isn't there a red Pentagon? Now a green Pentagon for this one, since it looks like a line change you've been trained up to. But like it or not, Pentagon Guider has been trained to avoid all this climatic volume with climatic movement in here. But if it does goes up in here, then there is a red there will likely be a green pentagon. That's how the system works. So it's quite different from all, just not purely on straight bar or what they call it Marubozu bar. You go in. No, not the case. If you look from here onwards, right at the bottom, you can see here green pentagon, blue trend zone, and that was what price? That was almost at 15 cents. It shoot up to 50%. That's almost a 300-400% gain. This kind of penny stocks again. Do take note, they haven't really made any money yet. With this kind of news confirming, they haven't turned into a very, very matured company like what we see for Penta, Great Tech, or JF Tech, this kind of thing. This is still, right, likely to go through some sort of transformation in there, and this is only a one-time deal. Short-term trading, yes. Long-term, maybe not. Okay, so take note. Most important, also try to understand who you really are. Okay, I think that's also important. One of the messages that I want to share with you this morning here. All right, let's move on to our next story. So our next story will turn our attention to what we just saw, the presidential election that I have my TV behind. This morning we have Donald Trump and Biden talking about, and Biden was questioned, what would you do for the renewable energy that he talks about, and also the climate change in here. Of course, Donald Trump will be standard, try to deny. But what very important in here, let me just bring your attention in here, is this headline that continue to hawk our headline. So you will be asking, Martin, what are those stocks that we can look at for renewable energy? In Malaysia, I can tell you a few. SL West, right? SL West, let's look at SL West, okay? Let's switch this around, and so you can see SL West is already roaring. SL West, which is a solar power. I think there's another one, Power Well, but Power has came down a bit. Solar West is a pure one in here. So you can see this is the one that already, now right now you may know there are some news about they going for private placement at $1.20 for the SL West. So this one is just holding on, and you can see there's even a red pentagon coming down in here. So point is very simple, ladies and gentlemen. We are seeing a lot of this renewable energy. Right now, same thing. You don't want to be buying when the news is coming out, good news. But most of us, I must teach you and train you how to buy on bad news. Now remember, we have all the rubber glove previously, right? When the rubber glove dipped back, remember Hata went up to $20 and then came back to 14. I bought about 16 plus, okay? And now it's about 17 or 18, it did fell. That is actually, ladies and gentlemen, it's the time to buy. You know that these are the important sector. Look at the trade setup. I cannot emphasize it more. Having said that, if you do want to buy SL West, right, the trading plan that I have here, type of that one, and that will take you to only at 128 or 122. So right now, let's look at SL West. We have a support there at 120. Okay, having said that, and you can see, 122. Okay, so if you want to buy this is definitely a good pullback area, right? And where do you want to put your stop loss? Of course, the stop loss will be on the trading plan here, or on the exit strategy. Okay, let's go on to exit strategy. Exit strategy for SL West. You were looking into that. That will be at 113. So it's a very tight, narrow spec if you want to. Okay, it's moving sideways, but it might break below, and so keep an eye on that one. But I think with the news that we have seen this morning from the Donald Trump and President Biden talking about it, that is going to head on to more new clean energy movement in here. Also, don't forget all the energy electric cars. That's the one I want to talk about. But I will talk about on another talk somewhere else. So the new policies from the Biden administration, if he gets elected on November 3rd, which again, one of the things that will not take place, also whether the announcement of the new president on November 3rd or November 4th, and in Malaysia will be November 4th, which is I think it's a Wednesday afternoon, Wednesday around noon time, because at night they're not going to be sleeping. So that's going to be a really tension for worldwide. But it's like, World Cup football in terms of for the stock market. All right. So in here, all right. So keep in mind. So now, a good news I have shared with you in here, we are doing a new format for the breakfast show. So starting 9th of November, So remember, 9th of November, we are changing the format that we have in here to trading with SmartRobie stock ideas. We're going to do a bit of news, but we're going to get a lot of response from you all. What are the stocks that you all want me to look at? And that's where we're going to be talking about in here. So we're going to look at the news, we're going to look at the stocks using SmartRobie, and also looking at the trading plans and things like that. So we're going to be focused most likely on trading in here, because like it or not, we found out by the time you read the news, stock already jalan, isn't it? So we want to look at the stock first before the news comes out. And that's how, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to make money, isn't it? Correct. When the news is out, what do most people do? They will sell on good news, right? Same thing what we just saw now with SL Vest, the solar vest, because all this renewable energy that we talk about, isn't it? So we're going to be exploring that starting of 9th of November, right? We'll still have a bit of flavor of the breakfast show money talk, but we will start with this trading with SmartRobie. Okay, let's go on to our next topic. All right, next topic is on news. Let's look at the news that we have this morning in here, right? And okay, let's look at the KLSE news. Okay, there's no news in here. Okay, looks like we have to looks like there's no news. Let me just change to the looks like there's no news in here, so we just move on to the next section. All right, so the next section will be the stock pick. Now the last week's stock pick that we have, right, is actually minus 0.5. Let me just make an amendment here. I remember this is okay, this is Hevea. Okay, it's one of the stocks that I picked, and the other one is iStone. That's right. So iStone and Hevea. So iStone has gone up 4%, and Hevea is minus 0.5. Let's look at what we have here, iStone, and I want to look at the real-time chart, because we want to focus trading ideas a bit more. All right. So let's look at the starting trade idea in here. We're going to switch on to the hourly chart in here, 235. Okay, and we're going to look at iStone. Now, do remember, trading wheel is suitable if you are active trader. You want to look at the half an hour time frame. You want to look at an hour time frame in here. So this is iStone here. As you can see, this is a daily chart. You can see hourly chart is looking very good. And we have, no doubt, we have the red pentagon coming out, so we have to be very careful in here. As long as it stay above the 22 cent, it is fine, because you can see the trend in here. You still have that, what we call the railway track open. So one of the things that you want to do in this new format, trading with SmartRobie stock idea, is really look at the technical setup in here. Are there any news about iStone? Okay, so we will look into that in here. But you can see from an hourly standpoint, this is a nice breakout. You have the hourly so-called spike in the volume, a nice pullback in here. This one is really no concern. As long as you can stay above the 22 cents, then one is good. If you have any stocks in here, yes, that's right, Raj. Okay, trading with SmartRobie trade idea in 9th of November. Now, if you have any stocks you want to look at, we will definitely look at it, because we want to try out a bit of that new format too. All right, the stocks that okay, one of the stocks that came out on the premium alert this morning is EForce. So EForce, all right, you can not enforce EForce, okay? We will look at one or two stocks with you guys, okay, in here. Okay, we'll look at EForce, stock comment, and then you can see EForce. The setup, it's very, very nice. You can see here, overall, we have a green pentagon in here. There may be some news we don't know yet, right? But is this going to boom? All right, we will have to wait and see. So let's look at EForce, whether there is news yet. Probably they won't. These are probably older news. Eye on stock, that was in May. The last news we had was in May 16 and then July. So it's been very quiet. Maybe there's a little bit of news. We all know EForce is also related to the political stocks, MYEG, which is actually linked to the Barisan National stocks inside here. Maybe something about the new signing of the UMNO leader with the new Pakatan may have these stocks moving a bit more. But keep an eye on these stocks inside here. Okay, EForce. Let's look at the real-time prices in here. Oh, 5% gain, and that's why we look at it this morning here. Okay, let's take a look. Okay, EForce, it's the Okay, let's look at this one here. Okay, you can see EForce is coming up right now on the real-time chart. Okay, that's how it breaks out in here. This is on the, let's look at the hourly chart. So this is not bad. Okay, so this is a beginning, still in the blue trend, nice blue trend zone in here. Okay, and switching into, so hourly is pretty good. You can look to park a bit lower if you want to get in around this level in here. But right now, this is the stock we're going to be looking at, and usually we take a benchmark from the 10 o'clock onwards. Okay, so this one is still hanging around the 49.5 cents, which is up 5% in here. Now take note, a lot of time people ask me, Martin, the premium alert already moved up already by 4-5%, some even go by 10%. That is precisely what the smart money wants you not to do. They will move the price up very, very fast. So you say, hey, already gone up 10%, I don't want to go in. But guess what? We are not just trading for the day. If you are able to get in early, in maybe 9:30, 10 o'clock, with a smaller price, not exceeding, let's say 8 to 10%, you get in about 4%. That's fine. So this one in here, I think a 5% is okay. But the point is, we are looking at, today is Friday, we're looking at Monday breakout, all right? We're not just trading one day. If you notice, for the past winners that we have, a lot of them, sometimes it will take 3 or 4 days, 4 or 5 days for the kind of setup to do for. So for the same thing as EForce. So we are looking at in here. So right now you can see TP1 53 cents, hasn't been, TP1 is 53, last is 47. Then we have TP2, 57.5 in here. So that tells you we still have a bit more room to go for this one in here. Right now, this is still okay. Any stocks? Okay, QES. We will look at QES, sure. All right. So we look at QES in here. So we will come back. So we'll select one stock, EForce. We'll look at, before that, I will pick one more stock and I will go on to look at QES for Thomas. Okay. Okay, and let's go back to the premium alert. JF Tech M1 called Aemulus. Okay, Aemulus looks good. Classic Scenic LBR. RG Tech has been in there. RG or RGB also inside there. Okay, let's look at this one here. Aemulus 0181. Okay, let's look at the stock price. And we want to see the hourly chart. Okay, 5% or so, which is okay too. Right? And I'll move this up a bit more. So we want to have a bit more engagement from the audience in here. So I'll be happy to take 1 or 2 stocks about it. That's about it. First come, first serve. So we look at QES, definitely in there. And do share this SmartRobie app with your friend, Thomas. Okay, so you can see from a daily chart, very, very nice. Aemulus. From hourly chart, also green pentagon. This is nice. So these are the 2 stocks which I will review back on Monday. And let me just write this down in here so I will remember. This is episode 65. Okay, 65. We have EForce and we have Aemulus. All right. Because if you come back next to 2 weeks, you're likely to see this stocks moving higher. All right. So this is a nice stocks in here. Again, most of the time, you don't have much of a news inside. Let's look at QES, which is one of the stocks from Thomas here. All right, QES. We will look at the stock comment first, where it is, QES. All right. So you look at QES, this is still good. Not a problem. You can see green pentagon in here. Holding up a nice space. I like this one a lot, 30 cents in here. It will take a while before you break up. We have a low volume accumulation in here. Something this is good. But some of the things I want to show you, teach you. This is why you don't have the market moving higher. You notice all this red bar here. Red bar, when the red bar are going down, this means a diminishing, right? Diminishing of the smart money. That doesn't mean they'll sell out, right? It is still meaning diminishing of them. They're just waiting it. But if you want the market to go higher, okay, you need to have this 3 consecutive green volume going up. So you have 1, 2, 3 volume going up. This is good. So coming down, this is okay, which means the market is pulled back slightly. Okay, let's look at QVR. So this is something I will talk about tonight about the green pentagon, blue trend zone accumulation, as well as the orange bearish trend, the orange bearish trend zone distribution. Very important. So you can see in here, this is what we talk about here, right? You can see once the market start to go down lower and lower here, right? You can see this is where the stepping down, the volume as you go down need to get lower. So this is something that we teach in our one-day foundation course. So make sure you register if you really want to know more how we do that. Or not, just join me tonight on the UOB Kehang talk training that I'll be doing for you in here. So this is okay, QES in my opinion, very nicely. So if you're looking from the volume standpoint, you do have, but of course, for the volume to go higher, okay, if this stock want to go higher, you need to see what we call stair stepping. One step, another step, another step. Then that volume comes. 3 volumes, you can't have more than 4. The 4th one is going to be the distribution volume in here. Then the market's like to go up. So let's look at the stock price for here today, QES, okay? Okay, let's look at the stock price for QES this morning here. Yep, it's up 5% in here. So that's why we talk about this market looking very, very good. So what is your profit target, Thomas? Type it in there, okay? Javen have Hata. Okay, that's the next one we're going to look at. What is your profit target? Do let me know, Thomas, okay? If not, you can use SmartRobie profit target in there. So if you look at QES, this is nice. Let it run. And again, you must have a profit target. Now remember, if you can put in 30%, but if not, always go on to SmartRobie. Go on to the exit plan. Okay, use a SmartRobie exit plan. Okay, that's what I want to show you. Okay, profit target number 2, it's 40.50 cents. So right now we have, target profit 1 hit a day, okay? You can see, think to exit at TP1031. All right, think stop loss at 23.5 cents inside here. Just be cautious should your QES turn lower. It's still nice, you can see here, right? Exit on the next red pentagon if you want to run your profit. So hopefully, okay, 40 cents, okay, 40 cents. Yeah, that's correct. TP2 at 40 cents, that is correct. So SmartRobie doing the right thing for you. All right, let's move on to the next one. Hata. Okay. Okay, I referred. Good one, Thomas. Okay. And let's look at the livestock prices here. I'm going to look from the livestock prices inside here in here. Okay, and we'll switch on. We'll now if you really active trader, do think about switching to the real-time charts that I see you on the left-hand side using TradingView here. You can see. So this is where you have more advantages. A small call. So we have that selling due to the this selling. Everyone was talking about what is that? The windfall tax, isn't it? Right? But it's holding up a nice space here. Now let's switch on to the hourly chart inside here. Right? So you can see right now. Very important. We want to see is this a distribution. Very important is that we want to see is the stepping stone marching down. You can see here, right? This is where here you have this distribution, right? We have distribution, the market turn back up. But now what's very important is the volume slow down. You want the volume to step down. If the volume step out on the orange trend zone, means trend is continuing down. Keep in mind, remember that orange, the stepping of the volume need to go up 1, 2, 3. If it's 1, 2, 3 going up, then the market will turn back up. But right now you can see volume is diminishing, so you're going to have a nice space inside. I would hold to the Hata. And may I ask Javen, what is? Good job. Thank you very much. So make sure Javen and Thomas do go over to the Google Play Store under the review. Please help me to put in some good feedback. I would really appreciate if you help them, just like I helped you too. Because again, Google and all this Play Store, they really measure the rating and the review. If I don't get that, then they may do something not so nice lah. So we want to continue to get the kind of support. So that's why we're having our double credit referral point to help you in there. All right. So let's move on to our one more last stocks. Anybody? Okay, one more last stocks, because I really want to put in the effort to share with you that SmartRobie on a right timing. Like this market here and the US. Okay, thanks Thomas. Okay, one more share. I'll just get a sip of water first. Okay, no share, right? Okay, if there's no more share, then I'll just go on to my next session in here. And oh yes, UWC, very fast. Okay, last one, UWC. We will do UWC. We're going to analyze the real-time chart also. Okay. UWC, again, another technology stock. I'm really surprised it's moving up higher, $6.90. Okay. Okay, I'm going to ask Wilfred, what is your profit target for UWC? Can you type it in there for me? Okay, if you don't know, just use SmartRobie or use the red pentagon, whichever. Okay, so this is nice. You can see right now the market to continue to move up, up today 2.5% in here. This, in my opinion, is a longer term stocks. Okay, it's it's starting to break up. It's very similar to Penta. You notice that Penta already break up. I believe I last saw also Inari makeup. So all these things is going to move, right? All right. So this is a very nice one in here. What else can I say? Okay, let's switch on to, so let's go. Now, the only question you always want to ask me, Martin, can add some more. Again, sector rotation and portfolio diversification is very important. This is something I teach. So if you really want to learn more about that, do come to our one-day workshop. And Zac and my coaches Arif will be handling this on the 31st of October. All right. So this one here, just want to help you guys. Looks pretty good. Again, going back, but do take note. What you have this big accumulation of what you call stepping up volume that you see here. This one, you can see stepping up volume in here. So usually the market will pull back. Always when you see 3 steps going up, this thing will pull back. So right now, this is fine. When the market is coming down, you want to go through a step down, right? You don't want to be a step up when the market's coming down. So there's 2 ways. So if the market is coming down, price coming down, right? Market coming down, price coming down. The volume, very important. You need to step down slowly, not step up. There's a major difference. Understanding volume in relation with the price in here. So how do you know that? Just look at the color of the bar. So you can see here, usually you take notice when you have 2 bar consecutive, either up or either down, that will tell you something here, okay? So keep that in mind. So that's all we have. Okay, we don't have time more, Kyung. We just want to keep to 3 stocks. But do join me again on Monday. We will review some. At least we will take in 3 which is fair in here. If not, just type in its solution into SmartRobie, and we will continue with our remaining time that we have. Also, thank you for your time, guys. So let's move on to our next part. Now, do take note. Next Wednesday, that's right. Next Wednesday on the 28th of October. Continue with the part 2 of the post-US election market outlook, winning strategies in winning sectors. Okay, so make sure you join me next Wednesday, and we'll talk more about US. All right. Okay, now if you are first time, do join our free Telegram chat room in here. We definitely do share a lot of the stuff that we teach you in here. And don't forget, right, right now we have a promotion. Do share our referral code. Do share your referral code, not my referral code, with your friends, and you get double credit, 400 credit, so you can use all the features, especially premium alert, that which you see right now here, right? And that's the one that's going to help you to make money. And usually you get the 9:30, 9:20. That's one of the first few will get the early bird. So with that, thank you very much for watching. Thank you for your support. Thank you, thank you. So if not, I'll see you on Monday, ladies and gentlemen, right? That's the end of our Robie Smart Talk. And starting 9 of November, we will bring you Trading with SmartRobie Stock Trade Idea. Or I hope to see you tonight at the UOB Kehang SmartRobie training. We begin at 6 o'clock. Thank you. Bye-bye.